All right, this is sort of an impromptu hangout in my games room because I am moving. Yes, I am moving and going to start packing up my games room today. It's kind of bittersweet. I've absolutely loved this space. I loved being able to be in this little round room, and this is my little man cave where I'm able to sit and play games and enjoy my Switch collection, enjoy my NES collection over here, my Wii U collection, my Wii collection, my Evercade, and all of that. I like being surrounded by that. So now, yes, I'm in the process of kind of tearing everything down and starting the process of going through everything. But there's going to be about a 3-month period where things are going to be on like a shipping crate, and I'm not going to be able to have access to any of my games or any of my consoles. So right now I'm trying to think about the games that I want to bring with me for the next few months, the games that I want to play for the first time. And so this is a real sort of, I told my friend this is sort of like an existential crisis right now, because I'm like, what? First world problems, right? But like, what games am I going to want to bring and have kind of ready to go that I can play over the next few months? I'm not going to have my PlayStation, so that'll be out of the question. I won't have a physical console. So it's really going to come down to having handheld. It's going to come down to playing my Nintendo Switch, which I absolutely love and adore. One of my favorite consoles of all time. So yeah, we're just going to hang out today in my game room. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to go through and try to figure out what games I want to play. But also what I'm going to do is, I'm in the process right now of also cataloging all of my games. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to use the CLZ app, which lets me scan the barcodes. Now, I've scanned and done all of my other game systems over here, like my PlayStation 5, my PlayStation 4, my 3DS games. And then on the other side of the room, I've done all of those games and scanned them. So they're all in the database. So now I have a good accounting of that. But I've never done my Nintendo Switch collection. So I thought this is a great time today to be able to go through my entire Switch collection, scan them all, put them in the box, and then decide which ones I want to bring with me for these next few months where I won't have access to the rest of my games. So that's what we're going to kind of do today. So kind of going through and picking out some games. I really, one of these games I think I really want to play. So this might be my first one that I rip open the plastic of it and I bring it with me on my journey, which is Ni no Kuni and the Wrath of the White Witch. So I'm going to scan it into the database here and just add it into my database. So I've got a copy of it. Northgard. How many of you guys have played Northgard? I've heard great things about this one. I'm adding that in as well to my collection. But yeah, you guys just want to hang out a little bit. I'm going to go through some games here and let's just see what I've got in the collection. Sorry, my hair is a mess. I've just been up knee deep in boxes and kind of going crazy up here today. So yeah, let's just hang out a little bit. I've been also figuring out how I'm gonna box up some of my nice special editions over here. I've got like some nice collector's editions like Trails to Azure, Breath of the Wild box set over here, things like that. So I've got to figure out how to nicely box those things so they don't get crushed, because they are cardboard after all. At least with the plastic Switch collection, I'm not so panicked about that. And those can go in like a nice cardboard box. I'm just going to kind of hold these up and kind of scan them as I go. Soldiers. Sometimes they've got the sticker on the back of it and then it won't scan inside of the CLZ app. So I try to pull it off because I don't want to open up all of the plastic just yet. And then if I can't peel it off, then I end up just having to... You can type it in manually too, which is what I have to do on some of these. Kind of drives me nuts. So this is why I'm scanning these in today, because I've discovered that I've purchased a few double of a couple of games, and that drives me nuts. And the good news is these games are easy enough to sell, and you're not going to lose money on them. So I'm not really worried about that, but I don't want to do that. So, like for instance, 2 Final Fantasy Crisis cores. No, I don't need that. I can give one to my son that he can take, I'm kind of helping him build his collection out that he can take off and live his life, you know, when he goes off to college and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that helps me. At least in the CLZ app, I can scan stuff in and know that, you know, I've already got a copy of this. It'll tell you, hey, do you want to add it again? You've already got this in your collection. You know, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, the twin pack here. I was mad because this one, when they sent it to me, had a cracked case on it. Capcom Fighting Collection. You hear that sound? That's the scanning of it going on. So if you're wondering, what is that noise? And apart from the dog out there that's barking. Wizard of Legend. A very difficult game to find. Metalloid Origin here. Ni no Kuni 2. The Revenant Kingdom. A lot of these I have not played yet, so that's what I'm going through to figure out what I want to play and what I want to take on this journey with me. I can't believe I haven't played this game yet. I know many of you are going to say, what? You haven't played this yet? Celeste. So I've got 4 that I'm putting aside right now. I'll kind of go through aside and show you which ones I'm picking that I think I want to play over the next few months. But just how I feel, you know, how I feel right now about some of these games. I want to get some shooters in there. I want to get some RPGs. I want to get some action games, some platformers, mix it up a little bit. Demon Throttle. How many of you have ever played Demon Throttle? Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. Heard great things about this game from THQ Nordic. Chris Tales. Yes, another one that I haven't played yet. I think I might have to add this to the list as well to play in this next few months. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. I am not a fan of this collection, though. This collection has... they're the mobile ports of the game, which I'm not a fan of. But they've got to bring these back. They've got to bring a modern... to a modern console, the classic, original games. But this was really... I'm not a fan of it at all. But it's the only way you can play these games on the Switch, mobily. The Ori collection, Ori and the Blind Forest, and the Will-o'-the-Wisps. I've never played that. I've heard amazing things about it, of course. This is a game I'm going to play with my daughter. I just bought it for her birthday. I got her a copy on the Nintendo Switch. But my copy of Star Ocean, the second story R, has this code, must download code thing at the bottom. Now, I understand it was just a language download, a download patch, but the new versions of the game that I've seen at the store, the one that I bought my daughter, doesn't have this download required item at the bottom. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll have to check and see if they maybe updated the cartridge, because I hate download code required. I would not have picked this up otherwise. I pre-ordered it, and then we later learned that it had this download required. Not happy about it. Another very difficult game to find, Valfaris. The Belt Action Collection. This is the Capcom Belt Action Collection I got from Japan. This is an import. Moonlighter. I've heard amazing things about this game. I have not played it yet, though. It's the Backlog Battle. Labyrinth of Galleria. The Moon Society. And yes, I have a lot of Peggy games. That's going to end. Once this move is complete, I will not have... I will only be buying ESRB games. I'm not a fan of having Peggy games, but I do in some cases, if they're English. Eldest Souls. I've heard amazing things about Proteus. How many of you played Proteus back in the day? Yeah, reimagined. I can't wait to play this. Maybe this will be one of the action games I take with me. Hero Must Die Again. Here's another double one that I already bought. Yes, Knights of Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. I already have a copy of that, and I inadvertently bought 2 copies of Street Fighter Collection. Stupid. And just thinking about what the new gaming space will look like in the house that we're currently working on, and it's this space is unique because it's got these slanted ceilings and everything in here. So I'm excited to get some brand new. And I'm selling all of this. I'm selling all of my shelving, I should say, not my games. So I'm excited to think about what that new space is going to look like, and it's a blank canvas for me, and I'm really excited to pick out the shelving that I want. Decide what figurines I want to put up, what special editions I want to kind of show off, what games and what shelves are going to be next to my TV and next to the consoles. What I'm really excited about in the new game space is to be able to set up. I've got a couple of HDMI switchers that I bought. That I think they have 12 spaces in each, so that I'm going to be able to switch between all of my different consoles. Retro, new, the minis like NES Mini, the analog Duo, all of them. I want to be able to switch. I'll have them labeled so I know which one is which, and I want to be able to flip between all of these different consoles with just the flip of a switch. No unplugging things. If I want to play a GameCube game, I can play a GameCube game. I don't have to flip all the switches and stuff like that. I don't have to unplug stuff, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm really excited about that. Got a couple of odd choices in my little Switch collection here. It's not a little Switch collection, but Survive Morbid Heidelberg. Have you heard this? 1693. I don't know, it looked really interesting. The survival horror game. Fury Unleashed, anyone? A little Fury Unleashed, how many of you played this? Never Awake. Japanese import. Another action platformer. I might want to crack this one open and bring this one on my journey. Smelter. How many of you played Smelter? 8 Doors. Trails from Zero. Okay, I was thinking about getting involved in the Trails series as something, maybe as part of this big move. Maybe I would start to play some of the Trails games, and it's been a little overwhelming. I heard the guys over at the Into the Aether podcast talking about getting into Trails. Trails from the Sky, I believe, is where you want to start. You do not want to start with the Crossbell duology and all of that, so I think I need to wait and figure out how I'm going to get my hands on some Trail of Sky games. But I thought that would be a good thing for this journey, is to get involved in some Trails games. But we'll see. The Sega Mega Drive collection with over 50 games right here. This is just like a must-have if you're a Sega fan, and so many of these great classic games. Alex the Kid and the Enchanted Castle, Alien Soldier, Altered Beast. I mean, so many great ones on here. Phantasy Star 2, no Phantasy Star 1, which I always found weird, but lots of great games on this collection. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Never played it, picked it up for my daughter, and I figured I'd pick a copy up for myself. So as you can see, I've got a lot more games over here to pack up and everything, but I'm kind of halfway through. So maybe I'll kind of split this into 2 parts. I don't know. But right now, I've got a good handle on some of the games that I'm going to bring with me on this journey, where I will not have access to my consoles. I'll have my Nintendo Switch. So right now, I'm going with Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Excuse me. We've got Fury Unleashed, which is basically shooting your way through a comic book. Fun. I just need a basic, like, simple platforming shooting game, a little action game to break up some of the JRPGs. Proteus, another just classic reimagining of this first-person shooter game. So heard great things about that. Chris Tales, I think that's one game I'm going to play. So I'm pulling these out of the box right now. I'm going to take the cartridges out and put them in my Switch case. I think I'm going to play Celeste finally. Been wanting to play that. Soldiers, been wanting to finally dive deeper into that. Northgard, which is kind of from what I understand, maybe I'm wrong, but more of a city builder experience in Viking lands. I think that's what it is. So I'm excited about that. I've been just loving playing Unicorn Overlord right now, so something like that. So these are the games I'm starting with right now. So we'll see how this all comes together. Maybe I'll do an update as I finish wrapping up the game room, pack everything up, and I'll kind of talk about the games that I'm going to play over the next few months as this move unfolds. Anyway, what are you guys playing right now? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out in my game room today as I packed up some boxes. It kind of took my mind off things. I got to talk to you guys. So thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.